Hi, it's been a while since you've had an updated video, and this is still for the summer. I was going to do the late summer, but I think I'm going to work with the summer, but we'll be quite gentle. Loving heart and our warm heart energy for the summer fire is still present. We've got like we've got sun. So as long as you can hear me, don't worry too much. If you can't see me, I will be describing what we're doing. You can adapt this. You can do it sitting down, so you can do the arm movements, but still feel into what I'm saying. So for example, right now, think about your posture, standing posture or seated posture, and I want you to think about your feet and the soles of your feet. There's a word in Chinese called, I think it's Shin. No, I'm not gonna, I won't mangle my learning of Chinese, but basically it talks about the heart of the feet, and the sort of gates within the feet. So I want you to think about that, the heart energy flowing, that energy of mother, connecting to the Mother Earth, and nice and straight spine and breathing, and just bringing your awareness to the stomach. Hands, Shen is the word for the heart, and that can often be interchangeable as the mind or the heart, and is often thought in the West as we think of our emotions and being two emotions, and that heart energy and that fiery like passion can be too much. But in actual fact, think of how when we have that acquired energy of off balance, of impatience, and of well, this is probably the fourth interruption of me really doing recording. It's doing it with later in the day and in the summer holidays, so please excuse the cats. You're thinking of hatred and impatience, so those are acquired because our natural state of our heart energy is love and joy, and we want to cultivate that and support the idea of calm, tranquil heart, and that can hopefully support our ability to know and make wise, informed, compassionate, loving decisions from our heart space, and the landscape and environment of our body to be in the same space. So please just come, bring your mind, your calmness, whatever thoughts, whatever emotions are there, just allow yourself to observe them. Same if you're seated, and breathing in, breathing out. Just start with a nice cleansing breath. In through the nose and out through the nose. This time through the mouth. Making sure your shoulders are hip width the distance, and then coming back to the stomach. Whatever feels most natural. Your hands just on your belly, over your navel, and your lower dantian. And breathe. This is the center of our physical center, where our energy flows to. Begin a moment to settle, to ground yourself through the legs, through the feet. You've got your heart up here beating next to the lungs. And just feeling into that. And the heart of the feet, the shen, the balls. Just imagine that you're standing on the earth and ground into, you can meet the earth with intimacy, with tenderness, with connection, to that of like hugging a mother. So you have like the gates, as we said, Your palms touch one over the other. And that connectivity, that intimacy, the same on your belly. Feeling tender, loving care and thanks for all your body does. And just being present and breathing. And an inner smile, if you want a smile on your face, this is Master Jen calls start your internal love engine before we go into a moving meditation, a more intentional and complementary and contemplative movements again with the breath. So start again. The movement of the arms with our cleansing breath. Closing the eyes down and feeling into this. Maybe going slowly and bending the knees slightly. Open and receptive to all good. Lifting the knees, settling down. Stimulating the balance of the heart. So both your fingers point towards each other, but they don't touch. Hands are open. So you're activating and stimulating the meridians along all of the palms of the hands. You can be thinking about things you want to manifest and bring into the heart and gathering in that same movement with our intention. We're gathering what feels like it's a warmth, connection, and openness, a sense of calm in our being, in the heart's body. So all 5 fingers feeling through the air, clearing, calm and tranquility, balancing just by simple, basic postures. As I've been working through in class, we've been saying to go back to the basics, no rush, taking time. We're always like, right, we get through the next movement. It's about slowing it down and feeling in the body, my knees and my posture. I'm not just standing and moving my arms. I can feel the balance where my feet are, where my heart is caressing and touching the ground, the heart of the soles of the feet. And greater awareness, inclusivity, and sealing that into our awareness with that calm tranquility through the mind and the heart and our presence of being. And feeling it in every cell, in every part of your being, that feeling of love and joy. Imagine and visualizing as you're coming down and feeling that light of your 12D shield, or those of you that have done this with me before, I haven't done this before, just envision a light connecting to the 15th dimension, coming down from creation, flowing through you to every cell and every being. And then we're going to move round. You can put your hands behind your back and just hold your lower back. So we're activating the muscle here and stretching out through here. Our immunity button, that gentle circling, but also our hearts in our feet, our heart in our body. Think of circling around, the movement through the flow, bringing in generosity, kind attitude, more intimate meeting with your body and whatever is rising, the movement in this moment, and releasing any tension. and then keep that slow until we come to a stop. And we're going to start moving. There's a connection in the hand that links to the peridium, if I'm correct in that, the key meridian pathways that run through our hand. We're just going to stroke down the central column, alternative hands, sliding the hands over the top of the chest, down towards the pubic bone. So alternatively flowing, wonderful, bringing a sense of reassurance and calming the nervous system through touch, through caress. Familiar with the vagus nerve, this affects the brain down through the central line and the vagus moon, also known as the Rinma, yin conception meridian vessels. Breathing, and you can do this from the ear as well, bringing it up all the way down. Down, calm, reassurance and sense therapeutic, and simply doing this through the day as well, if you start to feel like you need to, with gentle movement of the heart and the hands and the inner arms, we can start to mirror and do this on the right hand. So I'm going to mirror you, so I'm going to do my left. Actually no, I need to do so. If you're standing this way, you want to be doing that one, so the opposite hands. And just flowing down and off. You might have noticed that we do this. I often do this at the end of Meditation Monday, just bringing myself back in those high frequencies. It's bringing the calm flow and the energy through that inner meridians and gently stimulating the meridians of the body, and then moving to the other side. It's the heart protector in one side, with the lungs the same on the side. We practice between 3 and 9 strokes. And whatever feels, you can alternate them, meeting the meridian pathways of the body and creating connectivity, known as the fire, very much about the connection and the warmth and the joy and love energy of the emotional body and emotional field. And then finishing with the arms, just down. Now you can do this sitting down, or you can bend as you do this. We're going to trace up from the waist as we flow down, bend over, come up the inside, inner organs, the inner meridians, flow along the inner aspect, like the inner arms, the inner aspect of the legs. Roll the shoulders at the top and then bending over, and then get a little exercise going on in the back. So as you're flowing over, you're gently rolling and getting that back, bending the knees slightly, coming up and rolling over, and then back over. And finish. After you've done about 9, allow the hands to float down to the side and notice how it feels. You should be lightly stimulated, all those pathways in the body associated with the heart and support. Feel a little tingling in the hands, maybe some friction, a really nice sensation as well. And the breath. So now we're doing our tapping. So we're doing what we would normally do, but we're doing it slightly differently. So we want the outside of the arms. We're going to tap up 9 times, but make sure you do it slowly, and cupping the hand is cupped like this, and just bringing the weighty triple warmer, the metal meridian lines which are connected with our lungs. And then we get to the top, when you've done 9, start to massage the top of the shoulders. You can decide how hard you are, whatever you're needing, heart, hands, and then flow down 4, 5. And again, this time going up again, the opposite side. You can stop with 3 or 6 or 9, what I would prefer. And you'll notice if there's any like sore spots, I can feel there's a sore spot there. You make note of that and let me know where it is. Because different parts of the body will be connected to different organs within, and massaging. You can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 as well. But off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right, making nice gentle fist, gently knocking, start on the bone, and then gently knocking down the shins. And up, and again, going down. And as you come up, roll the back. Up. Roll the back. And down the sides. Up. Outer ankles and the feet, don't forget them. Right, rockstar. He's going to start having a paddy and knocking stuff over. I love cats. And a nice little rub from behind. We're going to start here and roll and sweep off. At the top, sweep down and down the backs, connecting with the skin with all of these meridians. So obviously this workout is meant for the summer when it's really hot outside, and you're doing this just before lunch, so it's the days that it's hottest, or you're hot, your body, you want that to flow. Finishing again. Just standing for a moment, noticing how it feels, how you feel. That palm. Now, I'm going to take my hair out so you can see. We're going to start moving, just you want your gentle fingers, and gently tapping in the middle of the forehead lightly, the crown, going up and go all the way down to the back of the neck, then move round and continue that down. Again, starting at the centre, top of the nose. This is the governing vessel called the diam that we're tapping down, central spinal pathways. And again, and down to the tailbone, from the nose all the way down to your tail. It's gently stimulating. You can do this in the morning. It's great to get your chi flow going. So something I've been looking up where I've struggled over the past few months. And then know your body's landscape and its interior and the sense and the experience it's feeling, and feel into that. Back over the lower dantian and just breathing with the hands. Reconnecting now with the heart and that soft intention of calmness for your heart, that love and joy energy, as well as the heart of your feet and the heart of your hands. Like you are a mother holding a child, a newborn child in her arms. As you release the arms down for 2 minutes, known as this standing pose, is like feeling the emptiness, connecting with now. To stand like a tree, a pine tree rooted into the earth, rising towards the sky, relaxed and spacious. So you've been practicing this hopefully with our mornings when I've not been with you, when you were doing it daily, of standing like this and then doing the same thing, lying on the floor and feeling the difference of your body's posture between the 2 feet, between the space between the 2 hands, the space between your body and your underarms, just sort of slightly outed, rooted. Our roots. Now think of our roots rather than our cultures, but our roots. Where are our roots? The wisdom coming from the roots of your culture rather than the colour of your skin. I heard recently, open eyes or closed, it doesn't matter if your eyes are open. Just feeling into that which is around you, the space around you, exploring the connection of yourself with the earth, with gravity, with your balance, with your posture, your heart, exploring the sensation of space around you and your fields, tuning into them if you're aware of them, the psychological and the emotional fields, the seat of your consciousness. Naturally creating this space and this time and this connection, and pumping your body and your heart full of love around it. Feeling full yet empty in stillness. You may be able to sense the pulse. You may be feeling tingling as the blood's flowing down into the hands and the fingertips, and feel that pulse flowing. Rather than it being completely still, it's subtle movements of the body and your movement. You're feeling the movement within, the flow of the blood, your life force. Now, slowly move and seek stillness with the arms, bringing them up, crossing them over, crossing the pathways over and up. Inhaling towards the sky, as if you're taking a t-shirt off, and then allow the hands, as you exhale, to float down, palms facing down, heart and hands moving down, and do that again, this time the opposite, crossing the opposite hand on top, known as separating clouds. This feel as though you are pushing away any thought forms that are no longer needed, letting them just drift away gently with that intention. They're just disappearing, dissipating. And again, moving, breathing in, letting your body release any tension and bringing in your intention and visualizing the feet and the earth like a tree, rooted, steady, grounded. feeling the clouds moving, that expansive of the blue sky. As the Mongols would have said, they talked about the sky and the expansiveness. And the intention here is not to touch. So as the hands cross over, they don't touch. You keep the space between the fingers, the space between the arms, the movement, and create that connectivity of the body through the feet and the heart and the chest, with the hands and the movement and the flow of the blood. Every connection in your body, feel into it, visualizing what is revealed as the clouds separate. What is it that you want? Light of the sun, which the heart is metaphorically the fire element. Creating some spaciousness, maybe the blue sky open above your head, even though we're indoors. Do 3 more. Wonderful form and conditioning of the health and the respiratory and circulatory systems of the body. Even though this is really simple, lifting the spirit, we're lifting up, we're opening and believing in the help, and that with depression and anxiety, this is good to just get that moving and that chi and life force flowing in a more balanced way with the heart and the whole body connectivity. Hands, hearts, and your feet, heart, and the chest. And working together, bring the hands down now. Naturally coming to a completion and sensing how you've unfolded, maturing and finishing for you. And place the hands now back onto the lower dantian. Alexa, stop. My daughter's alarm. Respectful of the body, the feet, the hands. Still breathing. I'm going to do fire element practice now. Just start by just staying here and breathing in and visualizing. So you can drop the arms, or you can just work with the arms if you're sitting. So we're going to bring the hands up. We're going to bring them over, looking up, looking behind you, and then bring the hands together, bringing them down in front of you, pouring down that light to the earth, bringing the hands out, breathing in, and then coming back to hands and feet together, opening up. Oh, cat toy, not something else. Lifting up, lifting back, bringing that light down to the earth, separating the hands, opening up the heart, and coming back 2 feet together. Again, open up, hands palms up, little gentle back lean, then they fold down, fingers together, coming down to the earth, opening up with the heart, and coming back to feet together. Open up, stepping to the side as well, bringing down the hands, floating that energy down to the earth, out and together, stimulating that switch, govern the heart. You don't realise how much this can take, just these simple things. So if it's too much for you, you suddenly feel burnt out, that's fine. Just take a seat and just do the arms, or just move and visualize if you're doing the lower body and you have any issues with your arms. Feel the hands floating, that movement with the fire. We want the fire to burn steady with the heart, metabolize different experiences in our life, burn away that which we no longer need. Spaciousness and good decision making when our passion is enlightened through love and joy. Tranquil, not overstimulated, which the fire can be. We don't want the fires getting out of hand. Flowing down, breathing and visualizing, learning how we can move through life without with that joy and that excitement, that connection, without being burnt out. So it's utilizing the fire in our bodies, but not over burning, overstimulation. Gentle, calming, tranquil, but still connected. Breathing in, breathing out, all the way through, releasing that. Do one more on each side, coming up, grounding down. The quality of the heart, the benefits, just a sense of spaciousness and kindness to yourself, to your body, in moving it, in stretching it, in cultivating with it. Not over excess, and not stagnancy and no fire, no burning. Sun. This connection with the warmth and intimacy of loving qualities. And come to a stop, facing forward. And the heart should feel balanced. Just place the palms facing forward and lift up slowly, gathering the heart, a bit of quiet, the stress you might have just gone through in your life, or having faith in the heart knows, gradually and gently establishing that connection with your heart centered, your mind coherence, the heart coherence, like the heart math seeks the long, and feel it into the home of the body, which is your heart space, that loving frequency. And bringing the hands down back to the lower dantian. Happy for time. Now I'm very aware I might be interrupted shortly, so I'm going to keep this to, instead of an hour class, just a half an hour. And we'll maybe expand on this and do a longer version of this next time. So just bring the hands back down. We're gonna actually, let's do some heart opening poses. So bring the two little fingers together. Make a little rose flower, a lotus flower, and symbolizing the your primal force in the Buddhist and Indian and Chinese culture, that lotus. And open that and keep that by your heart. A sense of purity and that white light that I've been referring to for this month, You know, the scents, maybe you can feel a magnolia flower or white rose, just a simple flower displaying the beauty, the technology, that techna is the meaning of the beauty of things. Reevaluate and emphasis. I've been talking with my members, asking them today to be, when I'm recording this, it's Thankful Thursday, and I was asking them with questions to sort of say, look back over whatever we've achieved, because I was asked this in my Healthy Habits Club. The darkness within, the gateway, and all the understanding, all the soil isn't dirt soil, it's our shadows, it's our nourishment. That light, that white, it keeps the dark right. It's the yin and the yang, it's the balance when we talk about it in Qigong, and it's important to allow that. So a lotus rises above the crap. It sits in with its roots deep in it. It recognizes the nourishment in the water and the soil, and the darkness can support its blooming and its growth. So the crap in your life and the challenges in your life can help you grow. Those cycles, those where you need to work more and you're more challenged, are part of cycles, and the beautiful practice of thinking about this in this term. And just visualize this and breathe with this, opening the heart and closing. And I'm going to leave you with that image, and my love and my blessings. And I will see you next time for our practice. Thank you.